Hey, my name's Eric Akre, and today I want to talk about accents, triplets, and some basic patterns on the drum kit. Using accents to anchor your rhythms or your patterns are going to help you essentially keep track of where you're at and then also accentuate different rhythms that will be musical and have musicality. I think a good way to start is with the single stroke roll, and what we're going to do is we're going to play groups of 4. And within those groups of 4, I'm going to put an accent first on the first stroke, then the second stroke, the third stroke, and then on the fourth stroke. Let's try that. Now on the second stroke. Now on the third stroke. Now on the fourth stroke. Okay, now we're going to talk about triplets. I'm going to put an accent on the right hand and then on the left hand as we alternate, going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's a single stroke roll, so it's going to be right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Here we go. Okay, we're going to talk about the double stroke roll. The double stroke roll utilizes 2 strokes on each hand alternating. So right, right, left, left, right, right, left, left. Start out slow, increase your speed. Okay, to really increase the speed of my double strokes, I'm going to utilize what's known as a controlled bounce. Each time I make a stroke, I'm going to allow the stick to bounce, and I'm going to catch that bounce. You can utilize it by really grabbing it here with your fingers. So as I stroke down, it's going to come up, and then I'm going to push the second stroke down into the head. Check it out. And if I want to get in faster, I really need to utilize that control bounce. To really bring out that second stroke, you got to emphasize the pull with your fingers, so that control bounce will sound loud on each stroke. So you get a snap, snap versus snap, snap. So work on that control bounce. Okay, I want to show you some basic drum beats, essentially using the bass drum and the snare drum, the hi-hat, the ride, and the crashes. I'm going to show you essentially how the bass drum and the snare drum work together, how the hi-hat, the ride cymbals, and the crash cymbals all work within the drum beat. I want to talk a little bit about the bass drum and the snare drum. The bass drum is really essentially, to me, the instrument within the drum kit that pushes a rhythm forward. It also represents the downbeat a lot of the times in phrasing, from going from verses to chorus. It really helps everybody lock into where the phrasing starts, and it usually comes from the bass drum. So when you're thinking about what the bass drum does, think about what propels the song or phrasing or pattern or music forward. The snare drum is really essentially used for the backbeat, the opposite of the bass drum. It definitely pulls the rhythm back or pulls the feel back. So they may alternate, starting with the bass drum on the downbeat and the snare drum on the backbeat, hence the backbeat. Check it out. Okay, when you're talking about musical phrasing, you might hear these terms coming around like verses, choruses, bridges. Those all really refer to musical phrases or parts of a song. A lot of times I like to think that certain parts of the drum kit really help those types of phrasing, say a verse or a chorus. If I wanted to accentuate a verse, I would stay mainly on the hi-hat. If I wanted to open it up to a part in a chorus, I would move to the ride. The ride cymbal really opens it up. It's a real breathy sound, whereas the hi-hat's a real tight, controlled sound. Of course, you can open the hi-hat and have it be a little bit washy, but that's a little bit different feel, and I would use that in a verse or maybe in a chorus also. Here's an example. Okay, I'm going to open up the hi-hat a little bit. Still thinking about verses, not quite yet to the chorus. In fact, maybe I'll do a bridge before I even get to the chorus. And for the bridge, I'm going to crash on the cymbals. Hopefully this helps you understand a little bit more about the drum kit as a whole, how the bass drum and the snare drum work together, how the hi-hat works during verses, how the ride works during choruses, how you can use crashes to either use as a bridge or as an accent on different punctuations for different musical patterns. My advice is just to start playing.